All right, so welcome, and we start with the theory today with the first class of Stop Overthinking. But first, we're going to introduce what is Himalayan Kriya Yoga, and then we're going to talk about a little bit of the practice to the breathwork techniques. And then we're going to see the 4 Kriyas that I prepared for the class of today. So we're first going to see that in the theory way, and then we're going to practice. So I'm gonna just share my screen. All right, so we are in Himalayan Kriya Yoga for Foundation course, and we start with what is Himalayan Kriya Yoga. So I'm gonna read with you. Himalayan Kriya Yoga is a closely guarded method that is passed from master to select disciples, as taught as by Dr. Yogi Dr. Pradeep Pulal is traditionally exclusively learned via the guru-disciples relationship, and deserving ones are as guided through sacred transmissions. So Himalayan Kriya Yoga is so ancient and sacred that it was only possible to share from master to disciples, so from guru to a chosen disciples. And one of them is your Dr. Pradeep Pulal, also called as Guruji, which is the only guru alive right now in India, and he received the transmission directly from Mahavatar Babaji in Himalayan. So Himalayan Kriya Yoga, it is a sacred science of alignment for purification at all levels to attain blissful union within and balance of the physical, mental, emotional, and causal bodies. It decarbonizes the human blood through life current and rejuvenate the body and lessen or prevent the decay of tissue. So it's actually, other than helping the emotional body, we are empowering a lot and rejuvenating as well, because we use so much breath work that the blood circulates again and we activate so many things. We have a lot of beneficial from this practice. So the first part is basically opening all the energy channels through letting go emotional baggage, and so liberating the mind. And then, because of this process, we can liberate and make all our chakras and energy channels working through us. And that's why we get super strong, also our immune system. So Himalayan Kriya Yoga techniques revolve around the principle of fusion and diffusion, union and separation of astral body and physical body, because we work not only in the physical by stretching. That's why it's a bit deeper than yoga, traditional yoga. We work on energy channels, but with all of this tap work and breath work, we basically work in the subtle body. And so we might experience that we feel tingles, we feel all the face in tingling, or we feel blocked and we feel a big current of energy. So it's a very powerful process. And the beauty of this practice is that they are accessible to everyone who has a keen desire to do what it takes to rise above the drama, struggles, and change their life for the better, regardless of physical condition, age, religion, and cultural background. So it's not a religion, as many people think. It's not something we have to follow. It's not. We don't have many rules. It's basically, as it says here, it leads one to the get self-realized, and eventually God realized. So makes you feel so aligned with who you are that you become the owner of your life. You become your own trainer. You have the full energy and goal to do the work you need to do. That's why I call it become your own healer. And of course, it takes a little bit of courage and discipline. It is said that the science of Himalayan Kriya Yoga was lost or hidden, actually more hidden, and only was revealed once again. Mahavatar Babaji started appearing to his disciples in the 90s. And it is formed this eternal Grandmaster Gorakshanath Babaji that we have this knowledge in modern times, and this mystical science of Kriya Yoga has its origins in the cave of Himalayas. And this is where Mahavatar Babaji and his disciples practiced Dr. Pradeep Ulal, spent several years studying in this cave, and these enlightened masters. He was initiated into the Kriya Yoga directly by Babaji through a golden ray of light, which unfurled as the awareness of Himalayan Kriya Yoga. So the picture here on the left, he is Dr. Pradeep Ulal, also called Guruji. And he is the one that received this knowledge through a golden ray of light. So all of this that we are studying today, which is a powerful science, very details, it's coming from a higher intelligence. And it's basically been channeled through him. And this is his Kevala Foundation in India. We also have the students, which is my teacher, my guru, Santen Kriya over here. Yeah, so thanks to them, we are able to learn these tools and able to spread them nowadays, because now after the pandemic time, we are understanding many things to share and to work on. So this is why, under the guidance of Mahavatar Babaji and channeled through the disciples of Mahashiva Yogi, Pradeep Ulal, this practice is brought out of the cave and into the world at a very important time of human history. Okay, so there are only two gurus right now sharing this powerful practice, and this is Guruji and Santen Kriya. That's it in the whole planet. So we are talking about something very, very sacred and blessed. I feel very blessed that we have this. So if you have any question, also please feel free to ask. And that's what is about Himalayan Kriya Yoga. Next week, we're going to talk about who is Gorakshanath Mahavatar Babaji, because he's the master of this practice who actually created and transmitted to us a long time ago. Okay, we're going to see next class the mantra to chant in the class. It's not going to be today, but this is how he looked like in one of his life, because apparently he appeared in many different life bodies. We're going to also next week talk about the chakras, but now we're going to see first what we're going to do in Kriya Yoga. So in Kriya Yoga, Himalayan Kriya Yoga actually, we use mainly the breathwork and the tap work. In the breathwork we use in this course, we're going to use two different types of breathwork. First one is called Kali Mudra. And Kali Mudra is it's a way to liberate and to unlock energy blockages in the body. So again, the first part of Himalayan Kriya Yoga is about liberating. So then we can work with the energy inside. We can start to become more sensitive, to feel it, and to align. So our real goal is to activate the spine of our body. Okay, because in the spine of our body we have the main seventh chakra, and is the main energy channel that once is activated, we can complete the path from the earth to the universe. We don't have to have one that works well and the other not. They all have to work properly and balanced. But to do that, we have to first release all the mental attachment, the past, the pain and memories and karmic, maybe even dramas. So Kali Mudra is one of the most powerful way to release that. And what we do, we stick the tongue out as much as possible, and then we pull the eyes up in the crown as much as possible in order to open the energy, so we can unlock from the root to the crown. Okay, so if you can see me, we are going to stick the tongue out and eyes up completely, and we're going to do that together in a while. And we're going to exhale. So the exhale can be as deep as you want, from the nose or from the mouth, but when you exhale, from the mouth. Okay, it can even be done fast. So with the eyes up. Why do we put the eyes up? We put the eyes up in the crown because we can detach from the drama we are releasing or the energy blockages. Otherwise, if we keep the eyes normal, we look around, we're still attached to the problem and we don't really release it. Okay, so very important to be the observer of yourself, what you are doing with your eyes. So the moment we can pull them up, we are conscious and we take the responsibility of saying, okay, I don't want this, I'm gonna release it. Otherwise, we are in the thinking mind. Some people, you don't need to scream during Kali Mudra, but some people might surprisingly need to scream or to make sound and to express whatever they need to let go of. So it's also recommendable to have a cushion with you if you really want to get it all out. Some people cry, some people laugh, some people, all of us, we might experience all of them, as well as burping, sneezing, coughing, and any type of release. Some people need to go to the bathroom, so it's totally fine. No need to ask any permission to go to the bathroom, but it can happen. And this is always a good sign of energy release. Then we have the empowering breath work. First, we're going to see Ujjayi breath, and then we're going to see Kechari Mudra. So Ujjayi breath, we inhale and exhale from the nose, from the tip of the nose. When we exhale, we make a sort of contraction in the throat, so it creates a sort of ocean sound. We can even think about fogging a mirror with the mouth closed. So we just read, inhale and exhale from the nose, as I said. Keep your mouth closed. During the breathing, use the air in your pharynx and resemble an ocean sound. Apply Kechari Mudra all the time, that we're going to see now. Ujjayi breath can be done slow and deep or fast, rapid. Slow and deep, it means that you inhale as much as you can and you exhale as much as you can. You can even start by practicing a little bit faster. But don't worry, so many people cannot even think about doing Ujjayi at the beginning. The important thing is that we breathe into the spine, so up and down through the spine. If we do not remember or still find hard to do Ujjayi breath, do not worry, just take time and be patient, it will come. Kechari Mudra. Kechari Mudra is a mudra with the face. It's called Mana Mudra type. Okay, mudra not only with the hands, but also with the face or with the body. So the tip of the tongue goes up in the upper palate. We press the tip of the tongue straight up into the upper palate. We close the eyes and we transfix into the third eye. So we don't have to pull the muscle, don't need to pull the muscle when you want to look in the center of your brain, but you're going to focus in the center of your brain, soften with your eyes. We basically go inward in our real essence, If you notice, you might feel more peaceful and more connected when you close your eyes and you go inside of you. Okay, it's already very powerful because it takes you in yourself, back to yourself. As we are always constantly checking outside what is happening, very important to get to connect with ourselves. So we can try that together. I'm just gonna interrupt one moment. We can try that together. We can close the eyes, try to look inside the brain, and we put the tip of the tongue in the upper palate. And we are basically trying to connect the tip of the tongue and the eyes in the very center, which is connected with the pituitary gland and pineal gland, as well as third eye in the energy way. And from here, we try to use Ujjayi breath. So we inhale from the tip of the nose and exhale. Keep the Kechari mudra inside, so tongue on the roof, eyes in the midbrain, and we keep going with Ujjayi breath. Meanwhile, we breathe through the spine up and down. And if you lose any of this technique, just try to put them together again. I'm gonna do this for 5 more times. You can even explore a bit more faster or slow as you prefer. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay there with the eyes closed and just relax. Go back to your normal breath. Become the observer. Now, this is a very important part for our course. Every time we stop an exercise, we observe what we feel. We detach. We don't make up stories of how we have to feel. We observe if we are thinking of maybe some emotion that comes up, because that's how we detach and we can have a self-realization. Okay, we are not our emotions. And that's the number 1 rule to learn in Himalayan Kriya Yoga. Slowly we open the eyes. We have the eyes closed and we experience Kali Mudra. Okay, Kali Mudra, we close the eyes, but we'll try to look up in the crown. Now, some people cannot keep the eyes closed by looking up. That's totally fine. But the intention goes in the very center of the crown chakra, right here. Okay? And the tongue goes up down as much as possible, because it stretches from the root, from the pelvic floor, the root chakra, the first chakra, Muladhara. Okay, so from here you can visualize your tongue stretching like a big pipe. It's opening more, so you can release whatever is not you, other people energy, past experience, family patterns, whatever energy is blocked inside of us. We don't need to hold it forever and always try to heal it. We can do it now and release it without suffering all the time or stay 1 week in bed crying. Okay, this is not good to be there anymore. We want to rise. So let's try. We close the eyes. We try to look in the crown chakra, the very center of the head. We take a big inhale from the nose or from the mouth. We stick the tongue out and we exhale whatever it is from our body. You can even think about something that is bothering you or thoughts. Or just no need to even know what it is, and just visualizing dark smoke or releasing whatever is blocked for not being you 100%. 5 more times. Relax the body, inhale and exhale. Inhale, 3 more and exhale. Inhale, 2 more and exhale. Throw it out from your mouth. 1 more, inhale and release it. Now again, keep your eyes closed, soften, keep your breath normal way, and just observe how you feel inside of you, in your mind, how you breathe. And we slowly open the eyes. Okay, so these are our two very important part of the whole course. We have to train them. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable at the beginning. We maybe feel a little bit awkward or a bit shy to do this, but I promise you that this is one of the most powerful way I got to know in my experience, that really liberates you in a very fast way in any moment. You don't need to do 1 hour and a half session as we're doing today. Sometimes if you get yourself in the emotional state of any anger or stress or fear, you can do by just Kali Mudra, you can already help yourself so much to shift your point of view and your focus. Sometimes we are stuck in this state of, oh my God, I I really believe that this is dangerous, or I'm fearing something, my future is gonna go bad. And again, this is not real. But once you do properly Himalayan Kriya Yoga, even a one exercise for at least 1 minute, between 1 minute and 2 minutes, you can also, of course, doing it longer, you will experience the shift inside of you. Okay, it's like if you ever experience when we are having a crisis, we start crying. Okay, we maybe tell to somebody, a friend, we tell what's going on, and then all of a sudden you start to feel better. And you start to almost laugh about how you were dramatic before, right? That probably happened to all of us. So this is what happened with Kriya Yoga. Well, Kriya Yoga can also go so deep that we are going to become a warrior of light, so can have topics in our life to accept in a deeper level. So sometimes can take a bit longer to let go, but it's very very important to become conscious of what is bothering us, what is blocking us, what is the belief beyond, what is the experience we had that is blocking us and made us believe it's not possible to improve. That's why at the end of the PDF you have, there is an integration exercise that I provide for you, because Himalayan Kriya Yoga works in the body and spirit, body or soul. But if you want to complete body, mind, and soul, which are the three uh, pillars, body, mind, and soul, we need to work a little bit on the mind. Sometimes that's what I believe for the European mindset. We need to work on the mind, and that's why there are some exercise that helps you to realize the subconscious level, because we are so rational that sometimes Himalayan Kriya Yoga need a little bit of push in the mind. So you will find journaling exercises and very powerful, okay, that you can ask me also privately if you don't understand. And we're gonna see that the next week if I am right. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself.
I have a question
Yeah.
to Ujjayi breath.
Yeah.
But we did not train it yet. No, it maybe comes now. No.
Yeah,
Kali Mudra is fine.
Yeah. In Ujjayi breath, please ask me.
I don't it's fine, you know, like to breathe in, you have the mouth closed and the tongue is up. Mm-hmm. And then the breathe out is like you are saying the ocean, but what is the feeling again here in the
That's a good question,
because neck area.
Yeah, many people find it difficult to understand at the beginning. Don't worry. So the easiest way is to do the same action of fogging a mirror. So when we do this, Yeah, we do the same, but we close the mouth. Yes.
And make a noise.
Yes, it's basically the noise, and
I make a pretty noise, yeah?
yes, absolutely. It makes a noise. So we have to feel that noise that is like a ocean sound. I compare it as an ocean sound.
I found it like a strange one.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time. I remember that for me it was very difficult and like almost like I can't do that more than 5 times. And then now I do it without even thinking about. Actually, I know in the class I can hear people next to me when I do something else. I'm breathing like this, and I'm sure they think, "Oh my God, what a weird breath she has," but it's actually Ujjayi, natural. So, or it can even be like when we get angry, like a little bit, but doesn't have to force. You don't have to feel pain. It's also difficult at the beginning because we are activating the throat chakra a lot. So if we are not used to sing or to use our voice a lot, it empowers the throat and also
Yeah.
heal thyroid problems very much.
Is
Yes.
this fine? You hear me?
Yes. Yes, a bit more relaxed, not so forced.
Okay. The mouth is closed, right?
Yes, you're making like a wind inside of you, like a wave of a wind. But I think it's just a matter of practicing. We're gonna go through that again, and today we're gonna practice it anyway. So we just wanna go through the 4 kriyas of today for the stop overthinking. So in the class we're gonna see more kriyas, but I choose 4 that are very effective to combine. You can combine it in the same order I put or in different order. It does not matter. You can even do one of them for 1 minute, as long as each kriya will be between 1 minute and 2 minutes. To count 1 minute, I normally do a countdown or 30 or 20 Kali Mudra, for example. Okay? If I do it for 20 times, that's already 1 minute. So we're gonna share again the screen, and we are gonna see the first Udana Vayu Sanchalana Kriya. So this is one of my favorite that I do also in yoga session. We put the hands at the back of the neck and we pull up right and left. So we switched. Let's gonna just read it. Udana Vayu Sanchalana Kriya is a significant process to stimulate the dormant Udana Vayu and uprise it through the subtle nadi network. This Kriya is known to improve blood circulation and delivery of both oxygen and blood to the brain. So the neck is very important for activates many part of our brain because it gets blocked from stress and overthinking and worries. And then we don't get enough blood circulation in the brain, enough fire from the earth, and that's when we start to get crazy. So the technique will lock the fingers behind the neck and bend sideways. As you inhale and extend one of your elbows up, the other elbows stays in the front. Exhale with Ujjayi or Kali. So you can choose during the session if you want to do Kali Mudra. Even if I tell you Kali Mudra and you want to do Ujjayi, it's okay. You can do Ujjayi. Other way around, we are doing Ujjayi breath. So we are doing empowering breath work with Ujjayi breath, but you need to release something. It's coming out, you can't hold it, do Kali Mudra. Okay, nobody's telling you what to do or forcing you. That's the beauty of this practice. The important here is that you press your neck as much as possible. So we activate the back Udana Vayu, it's a pranic flow that goes from the back of the spine and goes upward from the neck outward to the head. So if this pranic flow is blocked, again, we don't get our brain working properly, and we start to live in a reality that doesn't exist, and we start to make stories and worries. So that's why it's so important to do it in any, even when you just wake up. I do it any moment, even when I'm waiting somebody on the street, I do it. Okay, because I feel it, I need it. Then we have the tapping on, well, this is generic. It can be the crown, the very center. It can be the side of your head. It can be the front and back. Okay, that's a generic for now because it's very important to be intuitive and to just tap in your brain. For example, if you feel a bit of headache, if you feel that you're overthinking, you can just check where you are stuck in which side, because we have a masculine and a feminine side of the brain. So this Kriya stimulates the right and left hemisphere of the brain, as I said, masculine and feminine, which is the conscious and subconscious, and the creative side and rational side. So your right brain is your feminine and the left brain is the masculine. And then they cross in the opposite side in the body. So your right brain feminine is going to be your left side of the body feminine. And the left one is the masculine brain. So the one that, for example, I had many headaches because I have many rational thoughts. I always have to rationalize, I always need to have answers. And then the masculine is the one that wants to know and doesn't relax. So the right body is the one that works more. It's a stronger one, it's a more active. And the left one is a little bit weaker. Okay, so it's very important that we are balancing these two in order to be aligned with who we are and not get too lazy or overworking. That's why it's beautiful. And we're gonna see that actually in a deeper way, the masculine and feminine, in another course that is the second course of this one. It's called 4 Essential course. So we're gonna dive a bit deeper in the knowledge. But for today, it's enough for this course. And then we have Karma Shalana Kriya, which is the temple region. Is one of the fastest way to dissolve the ingrained memories and patterns, because when we overthink, it's linked with some past memory, some past experience, and we hold it. So it helps to dissolve painful memories by raising the frequency of the brain. It stimulates the brain to step into stillness and silence. How do we do that? Breathe deeply with intense focus on the midbrain while tapping continuously into the temporal region of the skull. Exhale with Kali anything that doesn't serve you anymore. So sometimes we just don't even need to know when we do the practice. We just stop and activate, okay, this part that it gets stuck with all the past memory, and we just exhale with Kali Mudra by tapping the temporal region. Sometimes, if we cannot stop thinking about something in the past, something that happened, something that hurts us, maybe we just broke up with somebody, maybe we keep thinking about that bad experience and we don't want to let it go because it's very hard. That's the point. Okay, we can do that for 1 minute, 2 minutes, Kali Mudra. Exhale as much as you can. Remember, you're not your thoughts and memory. Okay, we have to choose to let them go. And sometimes it's difficult for us to let go. That's why we have to learn to surrender. We have to learn that we are worth of happiness. And many of us, we need to have a problem and then we don't want to let go of that. But once we suffer enough, then we are done with that and we can let that go. So that's my personal experience. And the last one, which is my favorite, Svarodaya Kriya. This is a profound technique to help you to stop overthinking. It also clears the pathway in both nostrils, improving uprise and flow. So this Kriya works with the third eye, directly in the third eye and in the past memories, if you can see. Left hand grabbing the cheekbone and palm pressing the tip of the nose. Okay, the tip of the nose is your full spine connected with the seventh chakra. That's why we press the tip of the nose in many exercises. Circular motion, so you can grab circular motions with the hands, palm touching the nose. You can wiggle both hands, pressing the temple region, and the breathing. We breathe from the tip of the nose and we exhale in the midbrain, in the center of the brain. We do Kechari Mudra, which is the tongue on the roof and the eyes in the midbrain. So I will guide you anyway, but I will tell you Kechari Ujjayi breath. When I say Kechari Mudra, is the tongue on the roof, eyes in the midbrain. Ujjayi breath is the breath of the throat, contracted. Okay, meanwhile, we inhale from the tip of the nose. We can try this for a while. It's okay if you switch the hands. Okay, nothing happened. Inhale from the tip of the nose. Exhale in the midbrain. And when you exhale, it's like a fountain of light in the brain that release all the bad thoughts and just refresh it. Okay, so every time if you need to do Kali Mudra, please go for it. Because many times all these thoughts are so deep that we have to let them go. So we inhale and we let them out. Any questions about all of it? It's gonna interrupt. I think it's all good.
How is the breathing out by Svarodaya?
Svarodaya is supposed to be only with Ujjayi breath. So we inhale and exhale only from the nose. Mm-hmm. But when we exhale, we visualize, we exhale in the center of the brain. It's like a beautiful detox of the center of our third eye. Like an explosion.
But we can do Kali Mudra also.
But yes, in any case, we can do Kali Mudra. Most of the time, people need to do Kali Mudra at the beginning. Okay? So it is recommended on the book some breathwork, but in any Kriya, you can choose what to do. Our goal is to do Ujjayi breath in general, because Ujjayi breath activates your full spine and push your energy upward, so you get fully energized, fully balanced. Your hormones are full balanced. And if you only do Kali Mudra, you let go. So the reason we do both is to let go and empower, fill up the empty space.
We can do both in the same exercise. Like I can start Kali Mudra and then in the middle just switch to
Ujjayi. Okay. Sometimes with the same exercise, I will start with Kali Mudra and then we continue with Ujjayi, for example. But also if I will guide you to do Ujjayi breath and you need to let go emotions or whatever it is, go for it. Yeah? Okay, so we are going to start our practice in 5 minutes, actually 3 minutes, a bit less. Okay, I'm just gonna set up the camera and I'm gonna stop the recording.